Hi there and welcome to another OpenCRM webinar. In this webinar we're going to be looking at the Reports module. My name is Tom and I'll be taking you through this. Whilst this presentation is live, you'll be able to interact with me and the team using the chat component, and after the session has been premiered, you'll be able to add comments. If you enjoy what you've seen today, please feel free to like, to share the video and to subscribe to our channel to see what else we have to offer. Okay, so today we're looking at the Reports module. So reporting is a key component of your CRM system. It enables you to review specific detailed subsets of data. This could be information such as how many meetings have the sales team held this month? What is the value of my current closed pipeline? How many tickets did we close last month? That kind of thing. So pretty much if there's data that's been collected and stored in your CRM, you'll be able to report on it. Different people like to see the results in a different manner. So some of you quite like seeing data in list form, others might prefer to see a graph, or you might just want to see totals. So rather than seeing the individual breakdown of those meetings, you might just want to see how many meetings has the salesperson John held, for example. Then you can also view the report in a number of places. So depending on what's most convenient for you, you can view reports on your dashboard, which is the screen that we're looking at here. Within the CRM, you can look at reports within the Reports module itself. You can also have reports emailed to you. You can have them scheduled and emailed. So if you want a particular report every Friday at 10 AM, you can do that. You can also download reports to a number of formats. So for example, PDF or CSV or Excel, and then you can do what you need with those, whether you need to print the PDF out to take to a meeting, whether you want to export to Excel to do some additional data manipulation. So there's lots of options for you. In this presentation, I'm going to show you how to create reports from scratch. I'm going to start with a very simple one, and we're going to then go a bit more sophisticated and show you some of the tools that you have available. So first thing you can see here, we've got the reports home screen. You've got various folders, and you can put reports within those folders. You can also create new report folders if you want to store a subset of data in a separate folder. So for this demonstration, we're going to create a new folder. I'm just going to call it webinar and save that, and now the reports I create will pop into that folder, and it gives us an easy way of retrieving them. So first report I want to show you is I want to see all the tickets which are closed in the system sorted by company. So I'm going to create a new report. This is very important. Choose the module or modules that you want the report to be based on. If at this stage you pick the wrong modules, you can't go back and switch the modules. You'll have to start the new report from scratch again. So at this stage, we're just creating a help desk report. We're not using a secondary module. So on this report, I want to see, as I mentioned, the tickets closed sorted by company. So very simple. Start off with a tabular report. Let's see the ticket, the company, status. I'm going to see closed tickets. So that'll do for now. We need to then add the criteria. The criteria, as I mentioned, is I want to see tickets which are closed. So tickets where the status. We're going to use contains. You've got a number of different options here. We're going to tickets that contain the word closed. And that's it for now. We'll tweak it afterwards. save this report, close tickets, and we're going to pop this into that webinar folder. Save that, and we can now see we've got a list of tickets which have got a status of closed. You can see the company that they relate to. So now that we've done the basic report, we can kind of go to town on it and we can add some more information. So if I'm going to customize this, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to summarize this, and I want to group it by the company so I can see how many tickets each company has raised. So there we've got that breakdown. We can see 2 tickets don't relate to a company, Aquatic have made 2 tickets, Wacky have made 1, and so on. So nice and straightforward. I like to do this step by step, make a tweak, save the report, run it, make sure that it's going in the right direction, and then I can carry on building the report until we've got something quite sophisticated. So next thing I want to do is I want to look at the categories of those tickets. What kind of problems are we having? So you can see nearly all hardware tickets. We've got a software ticket there as well. So again, we're sort of building a picture of what's going on with help desk. We could also add in the severity. So you can see some of the tickets haven't been categorized. We've got malfunction, system down. So we've got a variety of outcomes on this report. So next thing I want to do with this report, I want to show these totals on my dashboard. So I'm just going to go and customize this again. Homepage settings. So make a note of this. I'm putting this into reports block 4, and I just want to see the totals. And this is me. I'm the admin. Choose the users that you can see, add that to the dashboard for. Save that. So the next component I need to do is actually physically add it to my dashboard. My account. And if you recall, reports block 4, I'm going to drag that to the top of my dashboard, update, and now if we view the dashboard, there we can see that summary that we just created. Very straightforward. In a few easy steps, I got my full list of help desk tickets. I added some criteria to reduce that list down to only show those tickets that closed 1, and I've summarized them according to the company that they relate to. This report, and in fact all reports, are dynamic, so depending on the filters you've used, as you keep adding closed tickets to the system, they will increment on this report, so you'll get a running tally of those closed tickets. So I'm now going to make a report that's slightly more sophisticated. It's one that I'm sure all you salespeople and managers will be very interested in. I will want to see the total value of my closed won opportunities for the current financial year. So once we've built that, we'll add a few tweaks to it, and I'll show you a couple of the visual options that you've got for that. So again, hop back to reports, and we're going to create a new report from scratch. Opportunities module. So we've got the opportunity, we've got the company, we've got the value, the date. Now we just want to add the sales stage, and I'm going to add the assigned user so we can see which salesperson is doing what. Criteria that we mentioned is that we want to see the closed won opportunities for the current financial year. So in the date filters here, we're going to look at the expected close date for the current financial year. Again, this is dynamic, so when we flip onto next year, you won't need to create a new report. The report will simply carry the dates across. And we want to see all opportunities which are closed won. Sales stage equals closed won. So again, I'm just going to save this basic report, and then if I'm happy that it's looking as it should be, then we can tweak it, do some clever stuff. There we go. So we've got a list of records, we've got details, we've got the assigned user, sales stages, the criteria that we've set. So now I actually want to display this in graph form, and I want to see some totals. So we'll customize this. We're going to group this by salesperson. And we want to see the total value of all of those opportunities. So let's save that for now. So we can see admin's got 6 closed won opportunities, Tamsin has got 2, and the total value, we've got those bits of information there as well. Now to add a graph. Specify the graph. We want to see a horizontal bar chart, and we want to see the total value of those opportunities on the graph. So there you can see, for those of you that prefer visual reporting, you can create this as a graph. If you want to see the totals, then you can view it like that. If you want to see it in list form, you've got the options right there. I mentioned before about being able to export reports. You've got the options there. So I think this report is starting to look good now. A couple of decisions to make. Where do you want to see the report? Do you want to go to the reports module, go to the folder and view the report like that? Or do you want to go to your dashboard and see the report? Or do you want to do none of the above? You just want to get that report emailed to you. So I'll show you that now. We're going to specify some scheduling. When would you want this report? Generally, something like this you'd want on a weekly or monthly basis. So let's choose weekly. We want this every single week on a Friday at 9 o'clock. I'm going to run this for a year. And you can choose which users you're going to email this to. So I'm just going to select myself for now. And I want to receive that report as a PDF. And in that PDF, I'm quite happy to get the full output of the report. You can see there you've got lots of different options. So if I save this now, next Friday at 9 AM, I'm going to receive an email. So remember, on your user record, make sure you've got your correct email address. That report will get emailed to that address on the criteria that you've specified. So if I save and run that, that report is now scheduled. It's going to be sent to me on a weekly basis until this time next year. That's the period that we specified. Now I'm going to create a third report for you, this time using 2 different modules, just to show you some of the functionality around that. For this report, I want to see all activities which are of category site visit, and I want to see when they happened, and I'm not so bothered about who carried out the site visit. I want to see who the assigned user is for each company. So if we'll go back to the reports, so I'm going to create a new report on the activities module, and I also want to include information from the companies module. Selecting those two modules means that when you're choosing the columns, the criteria, etc., I can choose from the activities module, and I can also choose information from the companies module. So it allows you to chop and segment data across those two modules. So let's add the fields to my report. So the fields from the activity that I want to add, and I'm going to add a couple of fields from the company. I want to see the company name, and I want to see the assigned, so the owner of the company record. Now we're going to add in the criteria. I want to see everything from the last, where the activities started in the last 180 days. Again, you can see these fields are dynamic. They will update as time passes. And I don't want to see all the activities. I just want to see activities where the category equals site visit. So you can see you've got lots of filters again here. So we can category equals site visit. And we're going to sort this information by the assigned person on the company record. There it is. Again, give this a name and drop it into the folder. And now we've generated our report. We've got a list of bits of information. So we've got everything where the activity was a site visit category. We can see when it happened, status is done, who the customer was, and which responsible person manages that company. From the report, if you want to quickly refer to one of the bits of information in there, just click on the name, and that will take you straight to the activity. If we go back to the report, if you want to quickly reference the company, for example, just click on the company name and it takes you straight to that company. So that's a report across multiple modules. The benefit is that you can then chop and change the data and filter on fields from either module or both modules. For reports that feature either the company or contact or leads module, you've got a couple of extra features which I'm going to show you. So if we scroll to the bottom of the report, the bottom of the results, then you've got a couple of clever buttons here. You can email the companies, so the company records, if they've got the email field filled in, click the email companies button. That will take you to an email screen with all the people from the campaign, all the companies from the report added into the to field. Go back to our report. What you can also do, you can add the companies to a campaign. So a little reminder that our previous webinar was on the campaigns module, so if you want a refresher, go and check that out. So click that button, choose the campaign that you want to add those companies to, and it will pop those companies onto the campaign. I'll show you one more quick tip. On the report, you can see you've got these buttons: Customize, which takes you into the reports editor. You've got Apply and Save filter buttons. So what they do If you want to make a change to a report on the fly, to maybe change the sort order, change some of the filters, but you don't want to adjust the original report, so let's say rather than sorting by assigned to, sort them by alphabetically by company name. If we just hit apply, it will make that change. It hasn't saved it in the background, so if we go back to reports, go back to my report, then you can see it's still sorted by the assigned to information. You can see there the criteria hasn't changed. If we were to change that and hit save, then you are overwriting the original report. As you build your reports library, you can see here we've got a lot of folders. You might not remember where you put your report, so we've got the search panel right there. So if we search for site visits, then you'll quickly be able to find the report you were looking for. Okay, so a quick summary of what we looked at. We looked at what the reports module is for. The starting point, choose the module or the two modules that you want to report on. Choose the columns you want to include in the report. Add date filters to add a date range so that you're not reporting on too much historic data, for example. Add other criteria, so you're sorting, you're really drilling down into the data that you've got in your system to find a relevant chunk of information. Once you've done all that, you can choose where to store the report, where you want to view it. Do you want to view it in the reports module? Do you want to see it on your dashboard? Do you want to have it emailed? And then what functionality do you want on the report? Do you want it to be just a list of records? Do you want it to have a summary, so group by assigned to, group by company, group by ticket status, etc., etc.? And then do you want to see the results as a graph, just the totals? You can do all of the above using reports in OpenCRM. So go for it, go have a play around and enjoy. Thank you for watching.